It's been an issue. I've worked here for 14 and a half years and it didn't think I work at the college when I first walked into the room. So this is big progress.
Gorgeous now.
That's very big progress.
It's recording.
Yes, it's recording. And I will make an abbreviated, hopefully like 15-minute version of this that's much more informational that will be posted on the repository. I'll just say as soon as possible, hopefully this semester. All righty, so can I, like Brenda Fisher, would you be willing to monitor the chat in case I miss it and somebody has a question?
I can watch it too.
Oh, can I not hear them anymore? Oh, maybe she's not here. Can I get, is somebody willing to?
We can help you.
Okay, anyway, we got it. I can see the chat now. We're feeling good. Okay, so FPAR stands for Faculty Planning and Activity Reporting Form. And today we're going to walk through the basics of it, how to fill it out, as well as how to submit it and where to find all the supporting material. So.
Christian, sorry, I'm here. I couldn't get my mouse to work.
Oh, okay.
Need you to do something?
Okay, thank you. Okay, nope. All righty, here we go. So what is the FPAR, which is the question folks in this room had? It is essentially a tool for faculty to annually record their goals and plans for the next year, indicate required resources. So it's looking forward. It's also looking back over the last year, and you're reflecting on the impact of activities you've done, right? And you're documenting the completion of any goals or parts of goals. So a single FPAR is reviewed and updated each year with your supervisor. So that'll make more sense what I mean in a minute, until it's completed. So it's ongoing. You'll keep updating the same one for years until you hit the summative evaluation. And this is one of those hang on unicorn moments, because summative evaluation is not something we're going to cover, but faculty have them either 5 years or as part of promotion. So your supervisor should let you know this fall if you have one upcoming. It's divided into 3 sections. There's teaching, institutional engagement, and professional development. So each section has a place for goals, things that are in progress, as well as completed activities and goals. Each section will ask for details. For instance, under institutional engagement, you're recording your goals. Institutional engagement is essentially anything you do outside of the classroom, right? Which isn't professional development. So working on committees, helping with curriculum, that kind of thing. If there are any important dates associated with your goal, like it needs to be completed by the end of a semester, you would include that here. Then associated activities, including any budget requests, what you plan to do personally, right? And the expected impact or income. Yeah, we're teachers. So, and that's where you include connecting to CWI's core themes. Again, big, broad overview, and then we're going to get into some details in a bit. And then each section also has a completed area. That's where you name the activity, the date that you completed it, such as going to putting on a brown bag for your department, what you personally contributed, and probably what's most important is the impact that you think that it had. And that's very context dependent. Oops. Okay, so here's the basic timeline. And I'm going to show you how to get to all this information in more detail in a minute. But the basic timeline is that you'll have a goal setting meeting with your supervisor. Your supervisor should ask for your draft to be submitted with your new goals by October 15th. And then your faculty and direct supervisor should meet or chat each fall semester so that you have an agreement about what your goal is. Then you have the semester passes like a dream, and then you have your in spring. You go into your FPAR, you update it with activities that you've done. Maybe your goal has even shifted, perhaps. Your supervisor should ask for it to be submitted by February 15th. And then you will have a discussion about the FPAR as part of your strengths-based coaching meeting that you have each spring with your supervisor. Sometimes this happens quite a bit later than February 15th. So then the FPAR is finalized and submitted with the summative evaluation at the end of its life cycle, shall we say. So these are they're not really deadlines, they're hopeful timelines that are part of the faculty handbook. So it's not something you're going to get in trouble for not hitting, but it's something that hopefully your supervisor should be helping you with the timing and the feedback. Okay, where are they housed now? So also in an attempt to be unicorny and create some Sharky moments for people as a byproduct, Andrea Squinna and I created the faculty evaluation repositories. So because what we found is that we had like 25% turnover of supervisors over the last couple of years, and things were missing, right? Or because some people kept faculty evaluations on their computer and nobody could find them, or they were on an iDrive and you could find some of them. And it was kind of a nightmare. So Andrea and I put together these Blackboard shells which are hopefully encapsulating all faculty evaluation as well as peer evaluations. So we're working on it. This training is one step of it. It's time to talk about the FPAR, everybody's favorite thing. And Andrea had her finger on her nose before me, so you got me today. So in most cases, it's a Blackboard organization. There are some schools which chose to make it part of their larger school shell. So if you're having trouble finding yours, I recommend contacting your supervisor to double check its location, especially with the new configuration of Blackboard, and get the correct organization name. Because if you do find that you have not yet been associated with a repository yet, and this should have happened as part of your onboarding, but we're still working on that, you will need the correct repository name for your help desk ticket as you ask for access to it. Right, so, and none of this is an emergency, but do check in the next week or so. And if you can't find it, talk to your supervisor, talk to me, we'll try to figure it out. But the faculty are responsible for submitting the help desk ticket if it didn't happen as part of onboarding for new faculty. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. I put you all to sleep. All righty, if you are brand new faculty, there's going to be a link in the PowerPoint. I'll be sending this PowerPoint out to all supervisors, which hopefully they will share out as part of the Dean's Digest. And it includes a training faculty evaluation repository introduction, very snappy, and it walks you through the basic layout. I will say that I have not had a chance to redo it, so the layout reflects the old Blackboard vision, but I think you'll get the items are the same. Right, and Annette did a great job of, ENCO did a great job of making sure that I think it looks fairly similar in terms of content. So for now, this introduction will be good enough if you're brand new. All right, here are some things that you will see in the repository which are associated with the FPAR. Starts at the top, they're the due dates, which I briefly covered. And then more importantly is the little table of contents. And we're going to go through these briefly. So you will find a blank FPAR form. You will find step-by-step directions which work both for faculty and their supervisor. There are examples which for me, I find very, very helpful. And then there's a section called additional directions, as well as these ones that I've highlighted at the bottom, which are your submission areas. Because the thing to remember about the repository is that as a faculty member, you're functioning like a student does in Blackboard. Your role is a student role. You submit work, right, which are your evaluations, and your supervisor will give you feedback and let you know if things have been submitted correctly by grading it. Okay, so that's how it functions. It's like, even though it's an organization, it functions like a classroom. So these are the areas where you will be submitting things. So this year, you will be submitting your goals in the fall 2023 assignment, and then you'll be submitting the finalized one to your supervisor in the spring 24 FPAR submission area. So that's how it essentially works. All right, here we go. We're going on a tour. So I have, in all the franticness, I did not have a chance to pull a Blackboard. So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be so much fun because I'm gonna totally lose track of the PowerPoint and things are gonna get ugly. Hang on.
You can do it, Christian.
I can do it. I can do it.
It's a unicorn.
Right, I'm doing so great. Dismiss, dismiss. Update anything. All right. So here we are hopefully going. Buckle up. Think unicorn thoughts. Right?
Got it.
Uh-huh. Right, here we are magically. So for me, when right, so here on the left, I have my courses and then I have my organizations. It's thinking. It's thinking. Okay, so I am a faculty member in the English department. So mine says Faculty Evaluation Repository English. Let's see what this baby looks like. Okay,
Can you full screen it?
I can try.
Okay, there you go.
The question was, can I full screen it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are just landing for the first time into the repository, I recommend here, directions and information has the big overview stuff. And you can see the repository is broken into content areas. We have the FPAR where we're spending time today, peer observations, summative evaluation, and the dean evaluation, and then supervisor documents, which unless you're a supervisor, you should not be able to see. All right. Okay. So here's our table of contents, which we looked at a second ago. We're headed in, yay. So the first thing you're gonna see is your blank FPAR. If you have been here a million years like me, there might be still a few of you who are using the old version, with the old Adobe version, which used a locking mechanism to lock in faculty's signatures. You know what I'm talking about if you still exist there. So if you still, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't use the old version. So contact me if you are using the old version, because you don't have to do signatures anymore. I've made a new cover sheet that you can use for even the old version to have your supervisor just sign once. So if you're kicking it old school, contact me and I can help you with the get around, because our new Word version is very easy. You can move things around. You can add, subtract. It's like magic. All right, so there's your blank form. Then here, the next thing that you'll see are the step-by-step directions, which I'll go ahead and we're not going to go through them all because Andrea made it and it's so intense, it scares me in its level of detail, but I want you to know where to find it. So it starts at the top, touch points and frequency, goal setting, updating, finalizing. And then what I love is it breaks down for you is this idea that the FPAR exists in different versions. And I think for me, even though I helped create the FPAR a million years ago, again, that I had trouble conceiving of how it's a living document for a certain amount of time, and then you start a new one. So it's both so it starts out in progress, it's the draft version, which you're updating as a faculty member, you're submitting it for review to your supervisor, and then it becomes reviewed. Right, and that does need to happen every year. I've talked to supervisors about this because it's that annual review and confirmation of your work, which replaces the old signature that had to happen at the end of the whole cycle. I'm finding it's catching on though. We're getting it. It's getting in our bloodstream. And then again, it's finalized at the end of its little life cycle. So then what you find, because Andrea writes for TechCom frighteningly, is each direction, what the supervisor does, what the faculty does, and it goes through all of the activities. So feel free to enjoy that. All right. So I'm having a Zoom moment. Okay. Okay. So
to make it big screen.
oh, now big screen again. Thank you. Gary, just like wave at me. Big screen.
That's right. That was my.
Okay, so we have that's the step-by-step directions. The FPAR examples are the ones that I love, and I do recognize I need to keep updating these every year. And I need some more instructor examples, but these are folks who have been willing to share their FPAR with me so that I could put them up as examples. So we have one from Diesel Tech, we have one from Art, we have one from English, and we have one from Math. And I think I looked at these earlier today. Okay, this is the only one, it's Andrea's, of course, so she formatted it so it reads the right way. The other ones you have to like look at your laptop like this because of the formatting. So we're just gonna, I am biased towards Andrea, we're gonna look at hers for a second. So what you get in the example is exactly what it says. You get to, Andrea gave me a snapshot of her FPAR at 1 point. So I will say that she works on a ton of institutional level projects. So don't be intimidated, like I'm still scrolling, don't be intimidated, but it's a good example. All right. So feel free to poke around in those if you have other examples. Or other questions about more different kinds of examples, please let me know and I will try to find you them.
Should we try and get you one from the sciences too?
I would love one from
Okay,
the
I'll talk
sciences.
to Dan.
Yeah, and it's mostly me. I've had people tell me they can use their whole portfolio. I just need to go in and chop bits out and load them.
Okay.
So it's more me. Thank you though. Anybody who wants to share, feel free to contact me. Still no questions? All right. This one is really good. So if I do say so myself. So it's just called additional directions and documents. Some of the things are interlinked, like back to the example FPARs, but anyway, I will go back to my slides in a second, I think. Where are my slides? Yeah. Okay, so if I move this back to the screen, they'll say, yes, okay. Alrighty, this is all the best tips. So it's just,
Maximize again.
and I'm gonna maximize again. Yay, thank you. It takes a team to get me through the technology. So additional directions and documents, it has all the same things you've seen before, but the one that's extra is tips for filling out the FPAR, and it is awesome. So this is something that Andrea and I have worked on, and also in this edition, before we switch back to the internet, this also has the signature page for the old PDF version of the FPAR. If you were wondering where that was. All right, so let's open this baby up. You should be able to click on the title to get into the OneDrive. This is my moment to, this is where my palms always sweat. So the repository works because I manage it within a sandbox that I have, okay, that looks like this, where all of these OneDrives are linked to. So please never, ever edit a document within your repository because everyone will see it. Right, because I make the changes and then they're shot out to 27 of these suckers. So like last year we had somebody start to fill out their FPAR in the, I know. So
And Kristen, they're already,
download stuff before you.
and those are already signed documents. So if you make changes, that could invalidate that whole signature process too, right? I think that you don't want to make changes in old.
No, I think no, it's more that I don't want you to go in there and like open up the
Mess up.
blank form and start filling it
I
out
see
as if
what
it's
you're saying.
you.
Got it.
Because
Okay.
everyone will see that
I got
version
it.
when they log into the repository and they'll
Okay,
be like,
got it.
he's up to no good.
Yeah, yeah,
Right, so
I got it.
yeah, if you have questions, just please don't mess with any of
I'm
the,
trying to make those viewable only, but I'm not sure if that's a possibility.
Downloadable one.
I've thought about that, but I do
Right.
share them with people who help me, who are on the committee, so
All right.
I'm just trusting you. It'll be fine. I've saved all copies neurotically on my laptop somewhere. All right, let's look, how am I doing for time? Oh, we're great, we have 25 minutes. So let's look at the tips, because this may answer a lot of your questions. Okay, so the main thing is to be very specific. So remember your audience. You have multiple audiences, your supervisor, sometimes the faculty promotion committee if you're going up for promotion, and administration. So currently the provost looks at portfolios, she reads them, she loves them. And that's the only way that particularly the FPAR is shared out officially to upper administration, but keep in mind that that is a potential audience for you. your goal is to ensure that all of those members of your audience understand your goals and accomplishments. So you need to be specific, be careful where you're using acronyms, which maybe only your supervisor understands because it's a committee that, like 4 C's, everybody knows the 4 C's. Nobody in this room does. Very famous conference in my field. So make sure that you're explaining acronyms. And as you say, Gary, like you take some time to like really brag on yourself. And I've had people who are I work with a ton of humble people. And one person I gave them advice is to take their FPAR and give it to somebody they work with and let them put all the superlatives in. And she got it back and she's like, whoa, I never would have used that word. I'm taking it. I'm like, don't you dare. So whatever it takes, somebody who appreciates you, have them help you through it. It's not the kind of case, like we're not working in industry where what you put in the FPAR is going to ensure whether or not you get a big bonus, because we know we don't have those, but it is your chance to, let people know what you've done and share the value of what you've done. Okay, so the other thing to keep in mind is the SAR method, which you've been around for a long time, right? Thinking about what's the situation, what action did I take, and what was the result. And for me, this is the part that I find the most tedious to filling out the FPAR. I usually get my items in there and my activities, and then I come back to it a couple days later when I'm not feeling so distressed. And then I think about, what was the impact or the outcome? What was achieved? Did I meet those expectations? Did I learn something from the experience? Was it a complete bomb? And what am I going to do differently next time? How have I used it in different contexts? So, in the classroom versus sharing the information with my faculty peers versus doing a campus-wide training. Think about for the results part, I like to come back to that one several times and give myself a little bit of space to come back and like, oh yeah, that's right. I did that one meeting that one time. So I would say the results part is the part that's most important, because if you just put down that you went to the sarcasm conference, like great, but if there's nothing where you're telling me about how you took that, you went to one, I don't care, honestly. And I don't care if you presented, honestly, from a promotion perspective, and even as your peer. I want to know what you learned in the process of putting on that presentation, how you applied it in the classroom, how it's changed the way that you interact with your department. I want to know what you did with it. I would much rather that you told me you went to this one little dinky session and you learned this cool thing that you tried in the lab and it worked so well. And this is what happened. Like, that's what we care about. It's not how much money you spent I don't want to insult people, but I'm going to, or how prestigious the conference is where you presented. I want to know that you didn't just go for free appetizers and the drunken dance party on Saturday night. I want to know why you went. And I think your supervisor probably does too. And they don't want to hear about the drunken dance party. You don't want to go ones with English majors because we notoriously cannot dance, by the way. Okay. General advice. Oh, it's very helpful if you clump related activities, right? So if you have, let's see, so you may take on a project that has multiple activities, and instead of listing them each separately, if you can try to make it might be, let's see, maybe part of putting together a program is that you had to have meetings with different people, right? So instead of just listing, I met with the president, I met with the Chamber of Commerce, I met with go ahead and make a sub area where you list meetings. And so I can kind of see the scope, right? So scope is the extent, right? Or the range of what you've done. And we're really interested in, there's a big difference if you did a meeting to develop this that was just your department, right? Or did you have meetings at the school level? Did you have meetings with administration? Did you go out in the community? So when you see scope in this form, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about those rank associated expectations. And those are about how many people are you influencing and contacting as you do each thing. So I saw in the things that people hate about the FPAR, it's thinking about, or maybe it's the reminder to really think about what your rank description is. where should you be functioning? And you don't have to point out necessarily if you're functioning above rank or not, but just keep that in mind. If, for instance, you're an associate professor, which means you should be working on projects at the school level, really make sure when you're putting together your FPAR that you're taking a moment to think, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing school stuff. Oh yeah, this is what I'm doing. That for me, that helps prompt me into what I need to put into my FPAR. We have a question. Gary.
This is kind of nerdy, but one thing I found out when doing FPARs the last couple of years is I oftentimes couldn't remember what I'd done over the year. So I started keeping a kind of a log or a diary. And that really helps us to page back through that and remember what I did. So
Yeah. So if you couldn't hear Gary, he keeps a log of the things that he's done. I'm not that organized, but I have an email file that I just call promotion. And every time I have a meeting that I go, that I've accepted or notes from something that I did, I just do an extra copy into that promotion folder. So I can just look back through and see, and it also has a timestamp associated with it, which is helpful.
I've obviously never done one, but I would argue that everything matters. Don't think it's like, oh, that was pretty insignificant or something. I mean,
yeah,
someone can help you maybe decide that later, but I wouldn't not put things in there.
That's a really good question. If you couldn't hear it from online, the comment was keeping track of everything. And if you want to see an example of what that looks like, I don't know if he's in this meeting, but Johnny Rowing has shared his portfolio and it does have everything he's ever done. And it's amazing. It's like this thing. So your next point is talking with somebody who has more experience to see what level of detail to add is a really good.
Okay.
I don't think you can do too much.
Yeah, well, I would just think you might go, oh, that was not very important, but you never know.
Yeah, and later you could definitely sort through it and it can help prompt your memory too. So Brenda's comment, yeah, it's hard to remember everything you've done if you wait to do it right before your meeting with your supervisor.
Oh, I would also just, that last comment, I don't know who made it because I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing, but I thought that was really good. And that can be, it's like as a supervisor, when somebody comes to talk FPAR with me, I'd rather have too much that we could then talk about, well, strategically, what would be at your rank or in terms of your job and what you're doing at CWI. It's better to have more than less.
Yeah.
And then the two of you can kind of look at that together.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with Brenda. So that's one of the challenges. Does anybody else have any tips for how to keep track of the items? I know one faculty member who actually updates their FPAR every time they do an activity. I'm not going to name them. We don't want to hit out on them, but.
Good for that.
All right. No more. Okay, let's see where are we next in the world? Okay, nope. Okay, is that where we are? Are we at the end? You guys, we're doing so great. Okay. Okay, so other resources. I can't emphasize this enough. Please start or continue the conversation with your supervisor right away. Talk about their rank expectations, make sure it matches what's in the faculty handbook. It probably does. I think most supervisors are aware that most faculty are working above rank and are, or I hope that's true. And have discussions about program, department, or school needs. Make sure that you understand what their expectations are and that you're on the same page right before you start out the semester. You can also talk to experienced faculty in your school. They'll probably have tips for you. Maybe they'll share examples of what they've done in the past. You're welcome to contact me. And I'm happy to talk generally about the FPAR. If you are going up for promotion this year, I can't help you specifically, but I can probably, if you want more detailed tips on how to finalize your FPAR and make it work with the summative and the whole promotion stuff, you should definitely come to my meeting tomorrow, which is somewhere in my notes. What time is it?
Promotions.
Yeah. So the promotions meeting, I have it in my notes.
I think it's 2.
It's Zoom only.
Yeah, what the heck?
What?
It's
12:30.
It's 12:30. Okay, and it's Zoom only, which I'm not sure why, but
Is that like invite only?
Yeah, you do have, I think
Okay.
you have to apply for it through the in-service calendar.
Okay,
So, and make sure that you're looking at the 2023 fall in-service calendar. Because the one from last year was accidentally disseminated at one point, because you'll need the current one to be able to sign up. Yeah, so, because it's at that meeting where I'll be talking about evaluation from the perspective of putting together a promotion
Yeah, you
portfolio.
should have it in this email.
All the fun
course.
stuff about that.
We would.
Alrighty, so now's the time to ask any questions that you have now, any tips. Gary has a question.
I just have a navigation question. Access to our previous FPAR.
Mhm.
Can you navigate for me?
Oh, let's see, I can find mine.
Okay,
It's a challenge, it's a challenge.
because it's cloud, right? It's in the cloud,
It is in Blackboard.
Blackboard,
I
okay.
think you have to go to the grade book.
Yeah, it
like
should be
you're
in my
looking
grades.
For your assignment.
Yeah, so if I go in, I hope I loaded it. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Alrighty, so this is the one where
Go to
I am,
repository, okay.
so I'm back in the repository. I am a student, so guess what I get to see? I get to look at my grades,
Oh, okay,
which I think is kind of cool. Oh my God, it's not loaded.
okay.
Did I not load my FPAR, y'all? Oh,
Would that be last year?
dang it.
Okay.
So anyway,
Sorry,
you
sorry.
should.
I'm sure
I throw
something
you under the
happened
bus
with
on that
the,
one.
with the
I got a number
Blackboard
4 on
nav
it.
version.
Oh
It
my
wasn't
gosh.
you.
Okay, so it should.
Blackboard.
We're getting. We're
Right, so in this case, anyway, oh, and this is me apologizing to Joy because I was testing something. Okay, well, I'm not a great example, but
Okay.
you should be able to see
Under my
your old
grades.
submission under my grades.
And then we get to access that too.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna check that because I know I submitted my FPAR, so I'm gonna see maybe what happened. Okay. Have there been instances where someone's up for promotion, but their FPAR actually inhibits them in any way? Emily, can you say more about that? In what way?
Well, I'm just kind of thinking about everyone has like a negative kind of feeling about FPARs, I guess, generally speaking. And I'm thinking this is supposed to be a tool that's supposed to help you, especially when you go up for promotion and other areas. And I was just curious if the FPAR, if someone went up for promotion or is in any situation where the FPAR was actually not in their favor, how they filled it out, what they said or what they didn't say, did that actually hurt them in any way?
Oh, that's okay. So what does a bad FPAR looks like is kind of what you're asking.
Sort of, or I guess not a bad FPAR, but like someone's interpretation of, say, my FPAR is being bad, where I think it's a great FPAR because it's perfect, but maybe my boss doesn't think that. I don't know.
Okay. Well, so for promotion, your boss doesn't get to judge whether or not you've done a good job with your FPAR and explain things well. Right, so
But the
promotion is
supervisor.
right, it's just a conversation or not a conversation, but it's only being evaluated by your peers as part of the faculty promotions committee. So the part of the promotion packet where your supervisor does get to weigh in is the summative evaluation. Which I'll cover more on Friday and also, yeah, I'll cover more on Friday. So what we do, let's see, trying to be kind yet honest about this. So we don't from the faculty promotion committee perspective, I don't think we've seen hardly any instances of a faculty member thinking they did an awesome job and their supervisor thinking that they didn't. Right, because there is a built-in process where you should be having a discussion. There's a place, for instance, on the summative evaluation, which is kind of recapping your whole span of time, where if you don't agree with your supervisor's assessment, at the bottom you can say why you don't agree. Right. So sometimes that's in there sometimes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna come to you, Christina, in a second. Sorry, I'm having a panic attack. It's okay. It's okay. So what a problematic FPAR does look like is when people don't fill in dates, right? So we can't, like, if everything's ongoing, like, how does it make sense that everything is ongoing and you say you completed something, but it's still ongoing? Or it's just there aren't enough details to let us know the scope and impact of what you did. So that's the only problematic ones we see, are incomplete ones, I would say. Typically, if faculty are having disagreements with their supervisor about their performance, those are hashed out before they come to promotion / I don't know about it because I haven't seen that kind of disagreement in a promotion portfolio. Does that answer your question?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and you can always email me and we can set up a chat. So Christina, she checked her FPAR submissions and they're from last year isn't there either. So we will look into that. It's probably just it's a glitch. It'll all be.
There's graded, there's upcoming, there's submitted.
Oh.
Look through those tabs.
Okay, all right, hang on, since I need to do this for a second for myself.
Oh, maybe it's graded.
Oh.
They're there.
So Christina, this might help you. It's under graded. And mine. Yay, thank you.
And if you
See-
click,
see-
it's not active.
See how much more,
hers
oh,
isn't.
she checked graded, only hers isn't. Do you know for, do you know for sure, did you check submitted to?
Which one is she?
Should be in the life
Chris,
sciences.
I found it and submitted.
biological
you
sciences.
found it and submitted, okay. So what that means is that your supervisor has not graded it yet.
That's, it's fine.
Isn't this cool? I'm learning so much about what students see. So
Oh my
Gary,
gosh, you feel like
you
you
should
should-
be able to log
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
and
I'll
right,
look.
see your old FPAR.
Yeah,
If,
thanks.
yeah, and if your supervisor wants, I'll leave you comments and stuff, so.
No worries. I got Dan around.
Isn't it nice? Now you always have it in one place. You don't have to
Yeah,
find
that is
wherever you
cool.
filed it away.
Yeah.
See, I'm a unicorn mama. Okay. Other questions or comments? And Christina, Annette, do you want me to have her contact you to find out what's up with hers?
No, we're
so-
fine. We're fine.
Oh, she said
We're
we're
fine.
fine.
Okay, you fixed yours. Okay.
I found it in the submitted, but not graded. So it's cool.
Okay.
It's there.
Try Dan.
This is cool. It's good for me to know too how students see that.
They lost everything.
Christian,
Yes.
I've had a couple oh, I see Emily's put it in the chat too. That they can't find when they're clicking on the link for the repository, it doesn't work.
What is the error that you're getting?
So when you first go into it, you have like the homepage with the green links that you had up there. And so if
Uh-huh.
I open up directions and information, and then there's a green button that says directions and information, and I click that and it says a big red error. You're not logged in or you do not have appropriate privileges to perform this action for reference. And then there's all these other things that go with it.
Oh. And that's just a regular one, not the supervisor documents, because you should get that error if you're trying to log into supervisor documents, but. Okay.
No, I'm not a supervisor. I don't have that,
Yeah.
but it's the same link that you just did to the directions
Okay.
and information. Yours is actually named different. Yours said something else than mine did.
Oh.
So I'm not sure what's going on there, but all the links under all those are not working. So I
Thank
have to go into the documents.
Annette is checking it right now. Oh, and Christina Moore's off to
No,
another.
she'd be physical. That's Emily.
All right, so we have 5 more minutes, folks. So you're welcome.
Can I ask
to-
a question?
Oh, David has a
Christian?
question. So I'll take last questions, but if you need to clear out, thanks for coming by. Think unicorn
Yeah.
thoughts.
Thank
David,
you.
what's your question?
I have 2 faculty that really wanted to watch this. Are you going to send the link or how can I get them a copy of the recording?
Yeah, so what happens is that Courtney Colby Bond sends me the link for the recording and I pass it on to the deans. And I'll pass it on along with a copy of my PowerPoint. So it should be headed out to supervisors in the next week.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Brenda Fisher.
Sorry, if we do have faculty who are telling us similar to Emily's experience, should we send them to CTL?
They could go to the virtual office hours and have somebody
Okay.
walk them through and just make sure they're looking in the right place, but maybe a help desk ticket.
If they what?
So if they can't, if they're having problems with the repository,
Well, if Stephanie's in the same one as I am, and it's the same for her, I'm gonna guess it's the physical sciences.
physical sciences, okay.
And it's just the links. It's nothing like it's major, like we can't do it. It's just the links, the convenient linking instead of using the navigation on the left-hand side.
Oh, okay, I
They
understand now.
move the repository to one location instead of all the different
Yeah.
Departments.
Yeah, physical sciences is the one that decided to do it as a, like, keep it all together as a school instead of.
Oh,
department.
okay, so
I
they did
believe.
it differently, okay.
Yeah,
They did,
stopped.
yeah, so that whole school has it differently. It's the one that's set up
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah, I think they siloed their stuff.
So if she
My,
doesn't have that,
my
what other letters do
faculty
you have
was,
as far
my
as-
faculty was trying to
Are
do
you
their
looking
peer
right now?
review.
Yeah, I was in it.
Say again, Brenda?
Sorry, my faculty was also trying to do their, upload their peer review to our repository, the Visual and Performing Arts repository.
Uh-huh.
And it sounded like from his explanation, that same thing was happening.
Okay. Can you email me and I'll look into that?
Sure, thank
And I
you.
apologize if you already emailed me about that and I didn't fix it.
No, no problem.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, so we are about out of time. So any other questions, please contact me and I will work on pointing you in the right direction or giving you more information. So thanks y'all for joining
Thanks,
in.
Christian.
Thanks.
Looking forward to tomorrow. Thank you for doing this. Are you gonna lead tomorrow too? Sweet.
I just need to
Just end
register
the
for
meeting,
it.
that's all.
Yep.